briefly again remind you that we have the most credible commitment to bringing the deficit under control. We will do it. We're the ones. Tim talked about a plan to examine government programs for efficiencies. That's what the Liberals were doing. It's taken them 5 years to get around to copying our initiative to have ministers all have to come into a cabinet committee and defend every line item in their budget. So we're the ones who can do that. And we also have this great plan to help Canadian families educate their kids and look after sick family members. But in my brief time, I want to touch on two things. Okay, one of them, many people in this room want to send a message to Stephen Harper. I congratulate that for you. If you want to send a message to Stephen Harper and his cronies, you've got to get where Stephen Harper lives. What is he most afraid of? He is most afraid of the Liberal Party of Canada. If you want to send a message to Stephen Harper, vote for me. I'll be in the center of the Liberal caucus across from him and his friends. He will never forget the message that you want to send him. To other people in this room, I just want to remind you of what I was saying right at the start. You should not have to cringe when you go into the ballot box. You should not vote for a prime minister who has failed to live up to the ethical standards that you hold you and your children to. You should not vote for a member of parliament who, in the literature he sends out, offends the standards of how you think that democracy should be conducted. You should not do it. You should be able to go into the ballot box and say, I'm going to put an X beside a name of someone who I respect. So hopefully tonight I've earned your respect, and you can go into that ballot box and be sure that if you vote for me and that I'm your MP, I will behave honorably and honestly. I'll talk to you and I'll do the best I can on your behalf in Ottawa to make sure that we get sensible governance, that we look carefully after your tax dollars, and we spend those dollars on things like health care that matter the most to Canadian families. And for those of you, if you're still a little cynical after all that, look ahead, okay? Getting elected is the easy part. Getting re-elected would be the challenge. I would have, if I'm your MP, I'm going to have to wow you over the next couple of years, and I'm prepared to take on that challenge. So I ask for your support on May the 2nd. I would like to join Jim in asking you to get all of your friends out to vote. It's a travesty the way the participation rate has gone down. Again, I think that's largely the way politicians behave in Ottawa. So please give me a chance to make politics work better in Ottawa, and we'll get that participation rate back up. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your attention. Have a good evening. Good night. Chris.